Right, we're going to start making the hair. So what we need to do is get our pliers and our wire, and you need to make sure that you haven't got any little people around or animals or whatever that might get in the way. For the health and safety purposes, we always curl the ends of the wire in. That's in case anything grabs hold of our work, or you know, just as you're cutting things and the wires wildly flying around and what have you, you don't hurt yourself or anybody else around you. So there we go, we've got our wire here. So we're going to do 30 centimetres for the large hair and 20 centimetres for the small hair. I've got 20 centimetres measured on my desk. Sorry, 30 centimetres. So you want slightly over that because you're going to curl the ends in. It's not a precise, don't worry about it, it's slightly over or slightly under. It's not going to make an iota of difference. So there, I've got my 30 centimetres there. And cut that with little pliers. And curl that end in. Don't forget to curl this end in too. And curl it in as tightly as you can, look. You hold it right at the end, okay, with the cutters, and just bend it over on the cutters and your thumb. If you see my fingers, there you go. And that way it really curls it in tight, and we don't have that sticking out anywhere. And you might just want to, you know, just nip it at the end a bit to straighten it up so it doesn't stick out, so it's completely flat against that end. Okay, so there we go. That's that. We're now going to wrap this with our pipe cleaners, and this is the beginning. As always, this is the beginning. We wrap things with pipe cleaners. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go all the way to the end, and if you notice, I'm holding it with one hand and twisting the wire with the other, and that's because it keeps even tension. It's not vitally important at this point, however, when you get to wrapping your wool, if you can keep even tension and you can wrap it in that way, it just makes it easier for you. Okay, so I've now added another one, and I'm going in the same direction as the one before, just keeping my hands on this top bit, and we're just going to wrap that round and get to the end, just curl it over a couple of times, and then we're going to chop that off because otherwise it's wasteful. We might just need it later. Okay, so that's that bit. So then we're going to get our wool. Here we go. Here's the one I made earlier. So we're going to start wrapping. And we're going to wrap the body into kind of a teardrop shape. If you look at the back of my hair here, he's a tiny little hair, but you can see that his nose is pointy. So what we've got really inside is we've got the wire would be in here like this to about there. And so what we're going to make is the inside of him. So we need it pointy here, then it gets a bit thicker there, and a bit thicker there, and then it starts to come back in to there. Because down there, we're going to build up those thighs, look. So we don't want him to have a big bulbous bottom here. We just need him to have a little pointy bum. Okay. Oh, there we go, little man. Back up there on your shelf. I'm trying to find the end of the wool. I think I'm going the wrong way. Oh, there it is. I was going the wrong way. Okay, so without further ado, we start and we wrap round. And I'm first, on this first video, we're just going to do the first couple, and then I'll come back with the rest of it and a start and finish. Okay, so you see, for those of you who have never done this before, finger and thumb either side, look. And I twist with my right hand. I am right-handed, and it may be that you need to do it a different way, but I've got a 45-degree angle, look, between that and that. The roving's not too thick. I'm keeping the roving flat as well. If it's twisting, just break it off. You can always add it on, it's no biggie. And we're going to just twist like this. If I can just do it like that. You can see what my thumb's doing. So occasionally I'm kind of releasing the pressure. And letting gravity do a bit of work. But can you see it's quite tight? And that's your key, keeping it quite tight. Because if you don't keep it tight, it gets baggy, and then when it gets baggy it ends up having air gaps in it, and then you end up having to stab it more, and then you're on a losing streak basically. It's just easier, get it tight first time, every time. Okay, so now we're getting to the end. We'll get to the end. Can you see? There. That's the end, and we're going to fold that end in now. So that's going to come in over here. And you're going to keep going in the same direction. Now, we've wrapped that a couple of times on that end, look now. And then we're going to start coming back up. At this point, look, there's a little bit sticking up. Don't worry too much about that. I'm twisting it round so that you can see you don't have to twist it around. Just make sure. You see? I want to do it nice and slow so you guys can see what you're doing. Okay. Doing well. Okie dokie. Right. So we've got to the end of that bit of wool. It's nearly at the end, look. So, there's a little bit. Add. When we add, remember you're going in the same direction, so it's almost counterintuitive somehow. You're butting that up, so you're going to fold it over the top. Okay, some people have difficulty with that and it fries their brain, but that's the way to do it. As a nice man once said as he hit his wife over the head with a pound of sausages. Anyway, moving on. Punch and Judy reference for those who are British. Go over there. Fold over the end. Wrap it round. Keep going. Come back up. Right, so we've got, this is our third pass now. I shall be back with the fourth and what you're aiming for. Okay.